Here.
Here, Brian. Here. Here, Canella. Ceylon.
Here.
Here, Cox.
Here.
Here, Enriquez. Here. Here, Eubank. Here, Palisiri.
Here.
Here, Felix.
Here.
Here, Valderrama. Here. Here, Finbrock. Here. Here, Flynn. Here, Fullerton. Here. Here, Furman. Here. Here, Gall. Here, Gelati. Here, Golosorki. Here. Here, Gonzalez. Gregg. Here, Hendricks. Finley. Here, Huber. Hughes. Pedicula. Here, Isaacson. Ward. Here, Johnson.
Here.
Here, Carmelec. Here, Kajabi.
Here.
Here, Krushik. Larson. Ball. Here, DeYoung. Here, Levitt. Here, Loftus. Jethia. McNamara. Here, Ronald Perez. Here, Runyon. Sorry. Sugarline. Here, Schramm. Here, Stevens. Here, Topham. Here, Thomas. Here, Thomas. Here, Shower. Here, Urban. Beal. Warren Cornell. Here, Weinberger.
There's some from previous event right behind Party Leader Bannock. Feel free to grab those as a Party Leader Bannock. Feel free to grab those as a You have 3 minutes whenever you like.
Good evening, Senators. As your former parliamentarian, I was entrusted with ensuring that our procedures uphold the highest standards of fairness and transparency. That responsibility does not end when I step away from the role. When our established processes are at risk of being compromised, I am compelled to speak out. I must bring to your attention a matter of great concern. For the first time, a student was documented not as someone, but as someone who was required to vote. This coercive practice strikes at the core of our democratic process and what it means to vote freely. It violates our Constitution, which guarantees free and uncoerced participation in elections. It contravenes our student body statutes, which exist to protect election integrity, and it runs afoul of Florida law, which prohibits any form of voter coercion or intimidation at any level. Equally important, the right to vote includes the right to not vote. This principle is particularly critical in our system, where abstentions are counted as no votes. Forcing a student to vote is not just a violation of individual rights, it is a direct attempt to manipulate our electoral process by eliminating the ability to abstain. An official request for an investigation was submitted under Student Body Statute 729.0 due to credible concerns regarding the integrity of our election process. This is not a formality. It is a necessary safeguard to determine whether vote tabulation and election procedures comply with our statutes. SBS 729.2 and 783.0 explicitly require that the Senate validate election results only after conducting a full review of all pertinent evidence and findings of fact. To date, no such investigation has been completed, nor has any reports been presented to the Commission for review. Proceeding without this review is not just improper, it is a direct violation of our own governing documents. To be clear, I am not here to accuse any party of wrongdoing. The fact is, we acting alone. That uncertainty is precisely why an investigation is essential, so that we may determine the full scope of what occurred before validating the election. There is no statutory deadline requiring validation tonight. On the contrary, our statutes make it clear that the Senate cannot proceed with validation until it has reviewed all pertinent evidence, including the findings of fact of the ongoing investigation conducted.
Thank you. Yes, Senator Evans.
What parliamentary inquiry do you find to be allowed 729.0 in a code?
I would be happy to. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. 729. 729.0 reads, if after an election has occurred, a candidate or political party feels that the vote totals are fraudulent or erroneous, the candidate or party president or their designee may file a petition requesting an investigation into the procedures of the election and or the vote totals with the supervisor of elections before the beginning of reading the vote totals. All right, we are now in line for, oh, sorry, do you have another motion?
Point of parliamentary inquiry, could you also read 729-2 as well?
Yes, thank you. After taking any relevant evidence, the commission election. Should the elections commission recommend rejection of the vote totals, a complete form from the elections commission, including any relevant findings of fact, will be filed with the supervisor of elections and presented to the student senate by the chair of the commission. After the chair of the elections commission presented, if appropriate, the supervisor of elections shall then present the vote totals to the. Thank you. All right, we are now in line for Tyler Sklar.
Okay, I'll just get straight to the point. Senate President, who won the 2025 spring election?
I will respond to public comments.
Point of order.
Okay, well, I would say it's not either party, anyone in this room, no one won. It was apathy. The supermajority of the student body decided years from like spring 2004 up to spring 25, excluding spring 2021 because of COVID, that was pretty bad. As you can see, voter turnout has been very stagnant over the past 20 years, even though the student body population is growing, it's always stagnated at 15,000 voter mark. And I feel like that's a big issue that this student government should be taken seriously, and therefore they should be putting more effort into their campaigns to actually reach out to students. So I have two examples from the live reports of what student government should expect from voters. So I have this person right here. She says that she aligns most with this party because she actually did her research on the Equal Party platform. I feel like this is the kind of voter that, for example, that this student really shouldn't. Someone who said they voted for a specific party because they're sorely required to. Now, I'm not sure if the sorority forced her or deliberately told her, vote for this party, but I feel like this is a very concerning because she vote for this party, if she's not even doing the research. I feel like this, now we have people being allegedly forced by a student organization to vote for a certain party. Big issue is both party platforms for not really reaching out to parties here. Have a bunch of issues here. They talk about a ton of things you want to. But here's the problem. Students read exactly what they want to do. Do you really expect them to see the vision from a bunch of words to see what change that needs to be made from just a bunch of words? I expect them to do that with a bunch of words. And furthermore, throughout this campaign, I just seen a big focus on the parts on what I consider distractions, flowers, charity, merchandise. Cool, that's cool and all, but how do you expect people to actually ask questions when they're being distracted, like, oh, look, you want flowers? Take this instead of, actually learning about how the student senate works. What's this distracting with that? I feel like that has been a big distraction. And that's what's contributing to lower turnout. People are not being presented in front of them as like an incentive, well, a paid incentive. But so these are two views I think are pretty great. They actually present. I do another one for Change Party. I like that one too, but like there's only two really folks on the belt that to focus on like a few weeks ago. Show not tell, not like just present a ton of words on a screen and expect people to read it and be like, yep, I understand. Maybe.
We are now left for Jonathan Stevens. We are now Josh Mia, okay. We are now in line for Maximo Toledo.
Back rows, listening to the for me to be confirmed. Hopefully tonight doesn't go into a form like last year's. It is an honor to be a senator, privileged to serve. I have had the wonderful opportunity to author and sponsor legislation to support my constituents, whether it be the Food for Fines program, creating Wi-Fi points around campus, or working across the aisle on the Flex Rollover program and the TAPS revitalization bills. It has been a pleasure to serve with and alongside you all. To everyone in this chamber, I urge you to work together, accomplish as much as you can for those whom you are elected to serve, and to find common ground with those sitting across the aisle from you. As often you'll realize, you don't have too much not in common. And now for shout outs. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my loving parents who have supported me every step of this journey and who gracefully listened to my Tuesday night rants early in my term when it seemed like a struggle to get anything done in this chamber. To my Senate family, mentors, Damian and Max, I am so grateful to have learned and worked with you. And thank you for always encouraging me in both my endeavors inside and outside of this chamber. To my mentees, Sarah and Mason, I am so very proud of you. And I look forward to seeing your continued growth and success with everything that you do. To my legislation partner and friend, Gabby, thank you for always pushing me to do more in this chamber. To the Mental Health Ad Hoc Committee, continue to do the important work I started, and I established this essential ad hoc. Hope to see you all at the next committee. Y a la Asamblea Hispana, ha sido un placer servir con ustedes. To my MPLs, Julia and Maya, it was an honor and a pleasure to serve in your caucus. To my fellow sophomore senators, Kate, as always, God bless. Go get
We are now back in line for Arturo Zarate. Okay. We are now in line for Jonathan Stevens.
Good.
You have 3 minutes, whenever you'd like to begin.
Good evening, senators.
Good evening.
For those who haven't met me, my name is Jonathan Chan Stevens. I just want to say, firstly, for everyone who has been elected into Senate, congratulations. You round of applause for yourself. It is not easy, yes, please. It's not easy to get to this position, and this will be a fun ride. It's a great opportunity for you to learn about policymaking, which I believe is important for any person to know and understand. So today, I wanted to announce just a couple of kind of really big issues really related to queer issues Specifically, the Pride Student Union has already been able to publicize our 5 key issues that we're focused on within our political agenda. Those being establishing strategic mutual aid, increasing our political education infrastructure, defending gender affirming care, ensuring that we're pushing for buying queer for queers, and then also addressing queer health disparities, especially in regards to issues like HIV/AIDS, and then also other sexually transmitted diseases, getting folks educated on that, and also reproductive care as also an important subsector. And so we're really excited to be able to tackle a lot of these problems together. One of the main ones, obviously, on our focus is going to be the lab LLC. For those students who are interested in those kind of issues, especially with the news that come out with the LLC or any of the other cultural LLCs, please do reach out to Vice President Laura Thomas, where she's doing a lot of the facilitation with the people in admin and get you some more pertinent up-to-date questions on those things. But if there's any other action that you'd like to get involved with the Lavender LLC process, reach out to us. You can reach out to our email, uofpridesu@gmail.com, or be able to just come down to me after listening. And as always, go Gators.
Thank you. We are now in line for Raj Mian. All right. That now concludes public comments. We are now for Senate awards. For those who are term, we give out awards, and we all vote on them. It's a very cool thing that we do. I will read the description of the award out now. You give me 1 second. Okay. So the first award is the okay, here we go. The John Michael Stratton Award. I will read the code out right now. The University of Florida Student Senate does hereby establish the John Michael Stratton Memorial Award, which shall be presented to outstanding members of the Student Senate in recognition of service and leadership as exhibited through the Student Senate. The award shall consist of a permanent plaque, which shall be displayed in the student government office. It's just for an outstanding member of the Student Senate. Do I hear any nominations at this time for the John Michael Stratton